A warm welcome to everyone. This is Kaushik from RGKT Basar. This PowerPoint contains the idea of innovation for the current pandemic that which we are facing in recent times. This is an idea, hopefully, which is useful for our country and mostly for the metallurgists as well. This is an innovation for India, which is based on a secret weapon. Yes, you heard right. This is a secret weapon, which can be extracted, which can be processed, which can be recycled also. And the methods and processes which are mentioned in this PowerPoint were familiar to us, like leaching, like the physical methods, but we are familiar with these. We are going into brief explanation. This pandemic has taught the whole world the significance of self-reliance. The Prime Minister of India called itself as Atmanirbharta, the battle for the secret ingredient of every scientific wonder, the new strategic fuel, the new gold that is nothing but as the rare earth metals. They're ruling our lives from smartphone to supersonic jets. Rare earth metals are most expensive, abundant, and quite rare to find. Rare earths are relatively abundant. They are group of 17 rare earth metals including the 15 lanthanide elements and as well as scandium and yttrium. At present, until this 20th century, one country has roughly one third of the world reserves of rare earth elements, more than 36% of the global reserves, and as of today, account for 90% of the global production. That is nothing but as China. In this recent past, the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, has repeatedly hinted that it should restrict the exports to the world. The world has other options, so it does. The other countries with large amounts of their deposits, if extracted, they can feed the needs of American and European markets. Here it comes. India is one of the first to recognize the importance of these minerals back in 1950s. India established IREL, the Indian Rare Earths Limited, a government-owned corporation based in Mumbai. India had an early move of advantage, but it lies buried under. The production can be technically challenging, requires substantial and dedicated mineralogical, chemical and processing expertise. It must be performed under an experts like scientists which are researching on these minerals and chemicals which they are extracting the rare earth elements. India has the world's fifth largest reserves of these minerals that estimates are to be believed. Some of the processes and methods that are useful to extract and recycle the rare earth elements: separation of monazite by physical methods, leaching methods for monazite sand, separation of lanthanides from bastnasite by extraction with D2EHPA, famously known as Molycar process, and brief explanation about two rare earth minerals, nothing but as bastnasite and monazite. Those two are rare earth minerals which contains of rare earth metals like cerium, lanthanum, and some other rare earth elements. First of all, we'll discuss about the production process of these rare earth metals. And these rare earth metals consist generally of mining, processing, separation, and refining. Unlike the common metals like iron and copper do, which usually have higher concentration in their deposits. But these rare earths are widely distributed in low concentration. As we mentioned above, the diversity of its deposits, chemical composition requires specific mining and specific processing methods. Moreover, the separation of individual rare earth metals and refining them to pure metals are difficult challenges, very difficult challenges to refining them to pure metals because of their chemical similarity and some other problems. It is very difficult, like it is facing a challenge that to separate the rare earth metals. Separation of monazite and other valuable minerals from monazite sand by physical process. And here we can see this flow diagram where beach sand is extracting monazite and some other minerals. And the major raw materials for this rare earths is monazite sand and xenotime, bastnasite and phosphate rock. And this monazite sand and xenotime can be easily concentrated from the sands by physical methods. For example, a monazite sand containing 1% monazite can be concentrated by gravity, magnetic, and electrostatic methods to a concentrate containing 85% of monazite. The monazite in these sands is usually present in rounded grains, showing that the grains have previously been rolled to and fro in the streams of water. Monazite sands occur mainly in Brazil, India, Australia, and USA. Yeah, you heard right. India also includes this. And this is the leaching methods for monazite sand, and these are the two leaching processes. And you can observe these flow diagrams, two flow diagrams, and this is the description about the concentration of the mixtures, and what is the temperature, and what is the process of these leaching, and full above these are mentioned in this description, and you better go through that. This flow diagram represents bastnäsite by extraction with T2EHPA process, famously known as molecular process, and this picture represents the extraction plant which is located in Mountain Pass, California. In this process, the mineral is concentrated to 60% by flotation and calcination process, then converting the cerium to the tetravalent state. Then it is treated with hydrochloric acid, HCl, which causes only the tetravalent rare earth elements to go into the solution, leaving behind the 60 to 70% of cerium dioxide, CuO2, the individual rare earths then separated by solvent extraction. Bastnäsite. I just mentioned above about this element. This is a rare earth fluorocarbonate mineral which primarily consists of light rare earth elements. And after upgrading, bastnäsite ore contains roughly about 40 to 60% of rare earth elements. And some of the process like extraction of this bastnäsite mineral contains of these three steps, and nowadays at present the market is using sulfuric acid roasting for this extraction of this bastnäsite, and some other I just mentioned in this paragraph. You better go through it. Monazite. As we mentioned about that, monazite also one of the rare earth mineral, and it exists in phosphate phase, and mostly containing light rare earth elements and also some of the heavy rare earth metals also. It contains up to 70% of rare earth metals, which is very valuable and quite rare to find. And this third and fourth steps containing the processes of leaching or else the solvent extraction process also by using some amines, and mostly the monazite will extract up to the extraction rate is up to 98%, which is very useful for us. As far as the foreign exchange is concerned, India has a rare earth industry that has a potential of generating $6 billion. This revival will give both benefits to the strategic and economic benefits also. By the sum of the above mentioned processes and methods may lead us to the top factor of developing these exports of rare earth metals during this pandemic. This could help us to improve our economical growth, and this is a time for our IREL to come up with the national strategy to revive us up to its full potential. India holds about 6.9 million metric tons of rare earths. According to one estimate, the domestic supply chain of these rare earths in India, if revived, could potentially worth of $12 billion for an annual turnover that needs to generate the net per capita income of $16 billion. As far as the foreign exchange is concerned, the rare earth industry has the potential of generating $6 billion. As I mentioned also in the previous slide, this is a revival and this is the only chance that give both benefits to the economic and strategic benefits. Thank you.